Do you want to know what is and learn more about the best place to live in the United States? I mean, who wouldn't? The best place to live in the entire country.
Niche.com just launched their new Best Places to Live list.
And those of us nearby in Northern Virginia should be very excited to see one of our own neighborhoods top that list. So that best place to live in the entire United States is Colonial Village in Arlington, Virginia.
We're going to take a look at everything you should know about Colonial Village.
We'll see if you agree with Niche at the end. Niche.com is an amazing platform. I've been using them for years in my videos. They've always ranked Arlington very highly on the list, and I definitely understand why. In fact, this year it's number 4. That sounds good, but last year Arlington was number 2, so it slipped a little bit.
But definitely not bad out of 232 cities in the nation.
By the way, I do have my own best neighborhoods to live in Arlington list that I came out with last week as well. You'll find a link to that right here. I did actually take Niche's list, put some thought into it, and then just jostle it around a little bit to fit more with what I know as a local realtor and a person who grew up in Arlington and has lived in the area my whole life. Colonial Village in Arlington, Virginia,
which is a neighborhood of just under 3,000 people. Most of the neighborhood is part of this giant community of apartments and condos, which were completed in 1940. It truly is a beautiful park-like setting. And as you can see, there is plenty of on-the-street parking. And that parking is zoned, so only people that live in this parking zone are allowed to park there, which is great for the residents, but not quite so great for their guests. And there are also a handful of townhouses, a couple of other smaller apartment buildings,
and there are at least 3 single-family homes. And that's it. You've got a few houses, a few townhouses, apartments, and condos. I'm going to reserve my judgment as to whether I agree with Niche until the end.
Let's have a look at Niche's report card for Colonial Village. It received an A+ for its overall score, which may be expected in this case, and a lot of really high scores. So we've got A+ for public schools, good for families, health and fitness, commute, and nightlife. And then you got an A for outdoor activities, an A- for jobs, which I'm not quite sure I agree with. They're right next to a bunch of places to work, but I guess they're not right in the neighborhood. And an A- for diversity. They've got a B+ for housing, a B for weather, I'm not quite sure who's the judge of that, and a B- for cost of living. And then you've got crime and safety crossed out up there, but they do that for all of Arlington County and a lot of places around here. I'm not quite sure why, but I think it's because these places deserve an A++.
This is a wonderful community set alongside other very popular, well-planned
and developed
neighborhoods such as Roslyn and the Clarendon and Courthouse area, which is sort of like a lifeblood system through Arlington where the metro runs through and where all the commercial zones have been developed over many, many decades. And tucked away alongside all of that, you have Colonial Village.
This is what Niche gives us for the median sales price. But I have even better news for you. Let's take a look at this report I put together. It covers everything that sold in Colonial Village in the last 365 days. And as you can see, there were sales from 33,000 to a high of 750. Now, before you get too excited about that 33,000, it is a unit to live in and not a parking space. However, it is for a co-op, so they have much steeper association fees, different ownership rights, and much stricter rules, like this one doesn't allow any dogs. The median price over the last year is $325,000. And to quickly compare it to neighboring neighborhoods like Roslyn, Clarendon, and Courthouse, what I did was the same time frame, and I limited it to 0 to 2 bedrooms, since all of the sales in Colonial Village neighborhood were in that range. So between these neighborhoods, you have a low of $175,000 and a high of $1.3 million and a median of $699. So imagine you're right next door and you're basically at half the cost of the median value. Now, when I ran this report just a few days ago, there was one active listing, and that is a 2-bedroom townhouse. I'm pretty sure it'll go under contract any second though. This is what you see just outside Colonial Village.
So as small as Colonial Village may be, it has access to a first-rate metro line. People here are able to walk to a couple different stops.
It's in an amazing school zone.
This right here is Innovation Elementary School. It's the 5th highest rated in Arlington and is right across the street from Colonial Village.
And there's a lot of great entertainment and nightlife, again, just outside of the neighborhood. When this news came out, my first thought was that this neighborhood did not suit enough people. It needs more variety of housing, However, in preparing for this video, I did find out a lot that made me feel different. When you compare all the factors, even though you don't necessarily have types of housing style for every person, the people that are suited to this neighborhood can live here very affordably and have all the benefits of the best parts of Arlington County. So now I do see why Niche would call this the best place to live in America. Still not my top pick, but I can totally see why they would come to that conclusion.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the information. Please don't hesitate to reach out. All of my contact information is in the description below. And if you are moving to the DC area, make sure to check out this video.
And there are also some really great home searches down below in the description for you to check out. One for Colonial Village and one for the surrounding neighborhoods.